A very warm welcome to today's YouTube live stream. My name is Ozair from SF Digital Studios. Every Tuesday and every Friday, I go live at this time to cover topics such as Google Ads, video ads, YouTube ads, digital marketing, anything and everything to help you generate more leads or sales. So today I'm going to answer a few questions which have been sent across by yourselves, and we'll go through with them in a minute. But before we get started, I just want to make sure everything is all working fine, which I think it's running okay. All right, so I've got a couple of things for you as well. So on the screen, you have the free masterclass where I show you how to optimize your campaigns using our Google Ads workflow. We also have our Facebook group, which you can join for free. We're building up a nice little community for Google Ads, where entrepreneurs, small business owners, marketeers, anybody who is doing freelancing or is working as a Google Ads specialist, you can join in, ask questions, help others, share your knowledge, and be part of our little community. Well, it's little right now. It's growing nicely. We've got about over almost 600 in there as we speak. So let's get started. If you do have any questions, please put them across. I will then put them up on the screen and try my best to answer them for you. So this is not only live streamed on YouTube, it is also being live streamed on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So I do see all the questions from all of them, all of these channels. And I'm just going to see. Yeah, they do come through. So whichever channel you are watching this live stream on, you can put your questions from there rather than just being on YouTube. Okay, so let's get things moving and get started. So the first question is this. Now, from time to time, I also get comments about the font size of these questions are too small. I've tried my best to make it as big as possible. But if you are watching this on a mobile screen, then yes, it may be a bit smaller. You go onto your desktop or laptop, this shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so the first question is, Google is adding new options on AAR, which is the auto applied recommendations. What are your thoughts on this function, and which options will you use normally? We don't use the auto applied recommendations because I want to see, or me or my team members would like to see what Google is applying. And some of the recommendations are not so good. Some of them are good, but a lot of them is not aligned to our goals. So you need to be careful as to what recommendations you would like to apply to your campaigns. You don't need to auto apply them, you can opt out. But let's go to the Google Support Center first and see what they talk about and how you manage your recommendations that you opt into apply automatically. So it will show you over here. Let me adjust the screen up a bit. That's better. Zoom in a bit more. Yeah. Opt in, automatically apply recommendations. You sign into your accounts, and the page on the left, click recommendations, top right, auto apply, and then you can select which ones you want them to do. And then you save for each category. And then you can confirm who enrolled your account and went through your Google's change history. So you can see what has happened in the change history as well. And then again, it tells you how to do this. I'm going to go into the account in a minute, so we don't need to read everything. What else does it say? Once you've opted to automatically apply a recommendation, you be able to track which recommendations are enabled in the history tab of the recommendations page. I'll show you in a minute. You'll also be able to see how many times that recommendation has been applied in the past week, when it was last applied, and when you first opted in. And then you can show you how to disable the AAR, and I'll show you in a minute. And then that's the history. So there's not a lot you can do with regards to setting up, opting in, or opting out. Let's go into our account. Okay, so then in the middle column over here, you go recommendations. You'll get a long list of here. All right. So now on the top right hand corner, I don't think you can see it. Okay, there you go. So over here, it says here, auto apply. So once you click on it, you will then see the list of all these recommendations which Google is giving you. So if you want to adjust your CPA bid or set a target bid, upgrade, or whatever you want to do, you just check them off and save. Then you have this section for keywords and targeting, ads and extensions. You can select all or individual ones, and every time you need to select save for each one of these sections. I'm not a huge fan of the auto applied recommendations, but it's up to you. If you want to see what's been happening, you go into this the history tab, and you will see a long list. This is my test account. There's not much data in it, so it's nothing is showing up. But then you will see the recommendation status, categories, and when it happened, and whether you're opted in or not. And then you go back to your manage, and that's how you do it. So it's not a lot to do it. If you want to come out, click that X button, and that's it. Now you come back to your recommendations. I can see a couple of comments from Sumit and Srinivasa. Yeah, please carry on. Put the comments or your questions in. I'll come back to you at the end. And yeah, there's no such thing as irrelevant or not. Ask whatever you would like to ask. Okay, I'll go back to my Google Doc. I think this is nice and big. You should be able to see the questions as well if it's on the, or if you're watching this on your mobile. All right. So the next one is how to set up dynamic remarketing in Google Ads and how to choose the category. Good question. Dynamic remarketing is mostly used for e-commerce websites or stores. So if I were to go to a website and saw a particular product like an iPhone, then that product ad is going to follow me on the internet to remind me to buy it again if I abandoned the shopping cart or did not buy or did not convert on my last visit. Most accounts which we audit, the remarketing campaigns are not set up the right way. They leave a lot of cash on the table for their competitors to swipe from their under their noses, because you've got to have a multi-touch marketing campaigns. And what I mean by that, someone goes to Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever, or on the Google Display Network, your ads should be in front of that audience. So a lot of our budget for our campaigns is spent on remarketing to keep pushing them further down the funnel. Don't expect instant conversions. Someone clicks on your ad, they come to your website, and they're going to convert. No, they are not going to convert. Majority of the visitors don't convert on that first visit. How do you increase your conversion rate? Is by increasing your or by running your remarketing campaigns. And dynamic remarketing is great because you don't need to do anything. Even if you've got thousands of SKUs or products, Google is going to show that particular product or that product category, however you set up, to that person. I'm going to just click on this. I've got these over here, sign into your ads account, click the campaigns, click the plus button, select a new campaign, and so on. I'm going to show you and demo right now in a minute. But the only difference with the dynamic remarketing compared to a normal campaign is on step 11, which is there. That expand the dynamic ads section and use the dynamic ads feed. So you need to have a feed, obviously, if you're running a shopping campaign. And that pretty much, it is just a case of checking that box. So let's go into our Google Ads. All right. Let's go to campaigns. I just want you guys can see it properly. Okay, then you click on the create campaign, new. I'm going to move this around a little bit. All right, there you go. Okay, so goal objective is sales. Click on and you should have your conversions all set up. Click on continue, which you can't see on the right hand side, but I'm just clicking continue rather than moving that screen around every 2 seconds. Then you go to display. On standard, put in your website name. Name your campaign, and then continue. Select your target location, languages, and then you click on that more settings. I think I can go a bit bigger now. Okay. Select your location, language, add scheduled devices. That's all. And there you go. That is the difference. Then you check the use dynamic ads feed for personalized ads, right? And if you want to go a little bit more, it will go into that little bubble, the question mark, and it will say dynamic ads let you show personalized content based on what people have viewed on your website or app. This also works for in-app ads. To show content from your website in these ads, set up a data feed, which you need to set up the feed first of all. Once you have checked, you will get this drop down. You select a feed. I've just set up a dummy feed for this account. And now you got a couple of options. No filters means that it will advertise or it will put in all the products in the country of your sale, whichever is in your feed or whichever products you are selling. I would recommend you do that because you don't know which products your customers are going to, or your visitors to your website are going to land. And that is the recommended one, which is fine by me in this instance because some of the recommendations Google says is I personally don't feel are the right options for our campaigns. So in this instance, it's fine. Or you can go to filter and advertise only products that match your requirements. So then you can do this. Click on that. And then you can go, if you want to just remarket Nike shoes or Puma or whatever, then you can select any of these brand, product type, grouping, conditions, labels. So if you're using custom labels, you can use from here as well. And that is the biggest or the main difference on how to set up a a dynamic remarketing campaign or just a normal remarketing campaign. Because with the normal remarketing, you will not use that one, because then we can use the audiences from our Google Analytics. Website visitors who spent 2 minutes or more on the website, or visited multiple pages, or visited a particular category, depends on how your audiences have been set up. You can use the power of analytics to remarket to your audiences. So hope that helps. Okay, I'm gonna discard this. Okay. So the next question is, if an ad is very high at lost impression share, IS means impression share rank, what could we do to improve it? So what this gentleman or lady is asking is, if I'm losing my impression share due to the ad rank, what can you do to improve it? I'll just put this in so it's easier for everybody. Impression share. So what you want to do is, you want your impression share to be as high as possible, right? So you don't want to be losing out, but there's lots of ways we can help improve it. So let's have a look at it. So first of all, what I would highly recommend is you organize your ad groups properly. They need to be highly themed. So don't have Apple iPhone and Samsung phones in the same ad group. Keep them separate. If you are running a service-based business, then yes, absolutely, keep them separate. The theme needs to be very tight, because nowadays Google's keyword mesh types are not exact, is not exact, phrase match is not phrase match anymore. They show for closed variants. So you want to control this and keep it as tight as possible. That will help. That will help Google understand what you're trying to sell. You want high CTR on your ads. That means that ideally you want to be above 2% on non-branded keywords. So what I mean by that, the branded keyword would be Nike, Puma, iPhone, and so on, right? And non-branded would be buy smartphones, of smartphone, cheap or something like that. Then we have, what was the other one? iPhone, yeah, smartphone, Nike, Puma, to buy running shoes. That is non-branded. Yeah. Buy jogging t-shirt. So somebody is looking to buy these items. So for non-branded, you want those CTR or the click-through rate to be above 2%. If it's below 2%, have a look at the keywords and have a look at your ad and see if there is relevancy between the two. You got to have those relevancy and what we call ad scent on there. Keyword must be on the ad, so you have higher ad relevance, right? That is important. Ideally in H1, headline one, right? First thing they say, if I'm looking to buy a Nike running shoes, then your headline one should be buy Nike running shoes. Put in a price as well, because the price is going to qualify or disqualify that click. So if you are selling that Nike shoes for, let's say, $50, then most people will say, I can afford $50. I'm going to click on this ad and see which hues they are selling. But if you got some gold-plated Nike shoes and you put in $500, many will not even click on it because it's out of their price range. And then you do not waste your budget on irrelevant clicks, because all they're going to do is come onto your website, click on the ad, come to the website or landing page. You're going to have a look around and then they'll go away. So keyword must be on the ad. The next one, improve landing page experience to increase your quality score. And what I mean by improving the landing page experience is the page speed. That is one of the most important factors, especially for e-commerce websites and for lead generation as well. You've got to have a fast landing page or a website. If your website page speed is 6 seconds or 7 seconds, that's too slow. You've got to be under 3, ideally under 2 seconds. So that is really important and critical. Facebook, Google, all of them, they look at it and then they will decide whether you have got a high enough quality score or not. Then you use ad extensions, put in the call if you want to showcase your phone, or the location if you got a shop and you want to showcase your location. So use ad extensions and site links as much as possible. The other important bit is bid aggressively and high. Don't be scared of increasing your bids, right? If my cost per conversion is, let's say, $20, don't be scared to bid $40 and tell Google, hey, I'm prepared to pay you $40 to get a lead or a sale. It does not mean that Google is going to charge you $40 for that lead or sale. What it means is that you are going to beat the majority of your competitors in that ad auction. Most of them will not have the guts to do that, right? They are saying, okay, I want $20 leads or a sale. Bid aggressively and see what happens. And you will start to get more impression share and your ads will be seen a lot more. Also, if you don't have this column in your dashboard, which is the impression absolute top percentage and the impression top percent. So let's go into our Google Ads and I'll show you how. So this is your dashboard, right? You've got all these options over here. All you do is you go into your columns and then where is it gone? Competitive metrics. No, not there. Where is it gone? It's disappeared. It was here somewhere. I think it's because it's showing me that video campaigns. That's why. It's somewhere here. It used to be under competitive metrics. Not there. All right. I'm not going to waste a bit more. I think there is a bit of a glitch on here. Usually it is in the competitive metrics. So how competitive you are. And for some reason, it's not showing me in this account for the time being. Where is my competitive? I'll just move this for you. So it's usually under there. See, it's showing me the display one. That's why. Display impression share, display lost IS rank, display lost. So it's only showing me the display one. I think it's this account has only got the display ones for the time being. So that's why it is. or it could be a glitch in Google Ads. But go under competitive metrics, and to go in here, you just click on the columns, and you will see all of these. You can save your column sets and go to competitive metrics. That's where you will change it, and you'll be able to see it. And what you want to do is you want your impression share to be as close to 100 as possible. You pretty much won't get it, but ideally you want to be above 100% or 80%. Can't go more than 100. Okay, so I hope that helped. All right. Next question. If I use phrase match with a keyword phrase that consists of three words, example, buy, rent, umbrella, how can I ensure that Google will not show ads to searches that are missing on word? Example, buy umbrella, red umbrella. Maybe I think that was a typo here. Let's do that. Buy red umbrella. Buy umbrella, red umbrella. That is what is happening in my campaigns right now. Okay. I don't want to use an exact match because buy red umbrella would eliminate all the long tail words, which is correct. Um, let's move this towards the left a bit. Okay. I don't want to use exact match. Yeah. It will also cut down on the traffic as well. Would eliminate all the long tails like buy red umbrella now or buy red umbrella in Toronto. Fine. I know I can use negative words with exact match, correct, to eliminate those combinations, but I wanted to know if there are any more sophisticated ways to control it. Okay, so right now you got three match types: broad, phrase, and exact. The BMM, you can't use it anymore. Exact match is not exact anymore, right? So Google is going to show you close variants to that exact match. Phrase match is not phrase anymore. It's going to show you close variants, and I've seen in the search term reports that phrase match has triggered a close variant. So we are having less and less control on how to trigger our ads on which terms. The only way to combat this is with the use of using negative keywords very aggressively. So you can use negative keywords at three levels: ad group level, campaign level, and account level negatives. In this case, I would use it at ad group level. And then if you don't want your ads to be triggered by something like buy red umbrella in Toronto, then you will put that as a negative. But I wouldn't do that because then you are reducing um, the the impressions and the search impression share. As long as these three words are on that phrase, then you want to show that in any combination of that search term. And if they are not, or if these three words are not in that search term, then you start putting them as negatives. So that is the best way to negate this problem. The other thing which you also want to test is the algorithm keeps changing. You you must try broad match as well, and you will be pleasantly surprised as to how much more traffic you can get to your website at a lower cost, because broad match keywords are the cheapest clicks. Okay, they may not be the most uh, search terms with the intent in it, but if you are putting up negative keywords regularly, then you are going to improve and optimize your campaigns as you go along. So that's how I would use it. So yeah, you keep using negative keywords aggressively. Okay, how can I make money with Google Ads, and how can I start with no experience? All right. I'm not sure which link you need, but with no experience, it's going to be very difficult. You need to first uh, learn Google Ads, and not only learn, you need to practice and get some experience, because at the end of the day, you are spending somebody else's money and they are relying on you as a Google specialist or an expert to manage the sales or the lead generation. Now, you don't want to be testing and trialing and getting experience on somebody else's behalf or using somebody else's money, because they are going to suffer. The client is going to suffer. If they don't get the results, they're going to stop working with you. So, my advice to you, as always, has been that you become an intern, work with somebody, work with a company in a marketing department as an intern, shadow somebody as to how they do what they do. Watch videos like these. There are a few channels where people are teaching you Google Ads. Another really good one is from Solutions 8. My friends Kasim and John, they also upload videos regularly, and you'll be able to learn. And once you have got experience, 6 months, 8 months or so, then you start taking, I would say, start taking small accounts. Don't go for the big ones which are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't think you will get those in the beginning anyway, because you don't want to jump in the deep end. You need to start small and then gradually grow. So hope that helps, and good luck. I can see quite a few comments and questions. So yeah, keep coming in, sending them in. I'll come to those in a minute. Okay, I think I've got these questions done. All right, I'm gonna go to the comments and questions now and bring them up on the screen. Okay. Okay. Hi, Sumit. So your question is how to find similar channels on YouTube. Just Google Ads. And as I said earlier on just now, Solutions 8. What's their website? Hold on, let me dig out their YouTube channel. It's one of the best out there. Solutions, or I think they call it Sol 8. Yeah, Solution 8. All right. I'm going to put this in the chat on YouTube. And okay, I can't bring it up on my. Yeah, I can't bring up, for some reason, I can't bring up my own comment on screen, but I put it up on the description so you can check it out. Kasim and John are brilliant. All right. Okay, this is from Facebook. I'm facing an issue. Destination is not working, but it's accessible on all clients, iOS, mobile, and desktop. So I'm not sure what your question is. If on one hand you're saying your destination URL, I guess your website is not working, but then you're saying that it is accessible. So if you could rephrase and send your question again, I'll gladly help you. Okay. No, nothing is irrelevant. Ask any questions. It's not a problem at all. I don't judge anyone by their level of expertise. All right. Srinivasa, I hope I haven't butchered your name. I've been trying to create ads for skincare specialist here in Hyderabad. Okay. Ads getting rejected due to some violations. Yeah. So you will need to go through the Google's policies, and I think there may be some ingredients or some things which you have put on your landing page which Google will not allow. So go through your uh, Google Ads support center, submit an appeal for a review, and make sure that you are in line with their policy, and then it will get approved. No problem. I can't I can't suggest anything because I don't know what you've written and what you've got on your page and what products. And if any of your product is not allowed by Google, then unfortunately you will not be able to run them. Hi, I mean, GDPR. Well, it is in Europe and the UK, and we are able to run Google Ads. So I'm not sure what you mean by how it's going to affect Google Ads. You can certainly run Google Ads. You just need to follow the guidelines and the policies. See, this is um, the issue with a lot of people. They're scared. Oh, what if and what if not? Well, run it and see what happens. Google is not like Facebook, where once you get suspended, they will not even reply back. Google has got a really good support. You raise an appeal, they will reply back, whether it's positive or negative, or the good news or the bad news. That's not the point. The point is that they will review it manually and they will reply back to you. I've seen accounts have been suspended, then the account got back after 2 3 months. It took a little bit of while, but I've never heard anyone in Facebook, unless you got a rep or you are high spending client, and then they will jump onto that. So that's the good thing with Google Ads, that you you have the support. They won't tell you what the problem is, but they will point you that this could potentially be the problem, and you'll be able to sort it out. Okay. Hi, Mike. Hope you're well. Can you add discounts to Google Smart Shopping campaigns, or is it done via the product feed? Yeah, so you will put up your discounts if you're selling a product for $20 or £20, and you've got a sale going on. So you can, in your feed, you can have the full price and the sale price. I just did uh, a video with Data Feed Watch as to how to optimize the feed. That should go live in a day or two. So keep an eye out on the channel, and it will show you how you can quickly and effectively optimize your feed so that your feed is 100% and Google knows what you're selling. So if it's a phone, if it's a t-shirt, if it's glasses or whatever, it will know what it is exactly. So optimizing the feed is not done by majority of the advertisers. They just link the Shopify or the backend of the website to Google Ads, but you got to optimize it in the middle, and that's where the tools like Data Feed Watch come in. What do you think about YouTube Premium? It's good. You pay a subscription and you don't get ads. So again, I'm not sure what your question is. Okay, Sumit. How to find similar category YouTube channels on YouTube for targeting through YouTube ads? That's a really good question. You can do it manually, and there are also some tools where you put in a keyword of your niche, and then it will give you a handful of channels or videos. We necessarily don't use it as much because it really restricts the traffic. Google is more about the audience. So if let's say you are selling an iPhone, and I went to your website, and then I went to Google, I did not buy, right? Or I went to YouTube, start watching golf or football or nothing to do with iPhone. Your ad can potentially come and show up in front of me, even though it had that video, which was a sporting video, had got nothing to do with iPhones. Unless I went to a video or a channel which is about technology or smartphones, only then your ad will come across me, which will be very rare. So if you want to use these for retargeting, I would never use categories for YouTube channels or as a placement. This is the right phrase, the placements. Open it up wherever I go on YouTube. Even I go and watch some weird video which has nothing to do with your products, show your ad. So that's how I would do it. Does SEO help CPC? No. It's completely two different things. SEO is organic, and CPC is your cost per click in Google Ads. Because why would you use Google Ads, and when would you want to run SEO? Let me show you something interesting. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go into a incognito window, and then I'm going to type in my keyword. Now, this is all organic. You see all these four? Now, nobody is bidding on this keyword, so mine has come up. But what this has done is, you talk about SEO, I'm talking about video SEO. It's really powerful, right? It's coming above. Google is giving more preference to videos than the organic rankings. And this is another one of my, well, this is our blog. So I've got 4 videos and 1 blog. If I change it to Google Ads Dentist, ads are there at the top. There you go, my video is there. If I change it to wedding photographers or something like that. So we target these keywords. See how many has popped up. 3 videos. I think this LinkedIn is mine. Pinterest would be mine. These 2 are my blog post as well. We go to LinkedIn, that's LinkedIn, that's Pinterest. So I've got about how many? 3 videos, 3, LinkedIn 4, 5, 6, and Pinterest 7. 7 links on page 1 for just for one keyword. So what I'm trying to show you and explain to you is, most people go after SEO. I'm going after video SEO. But you need to create video. Why am I here twice a week live stream, and we upload regularly every day, every weekday on our channel? Is because to create content which will then get ranked in Google. Nobody is doing it, but SEO, everybody wants to do. Everybody is doing it, or doing it badly. And what happens? You don't get the results, you give up. With video SEO, it is going to give you, I'm not saying instant results. It will give you results, but not even 2% of companies or your competition will be doing what I'm doing and what I just showed you. All the other agencies, they are far too busy, which is fine. Let them be busy while I clean up quietly on Google. The point is, people like, if I want to pick up, not a physical fight, but a SEO fight with somebody like Neil Patel. I can't compete with him. I can't compete with blogs, high authority websites like WordStream, blog.google.com, and so on. They are very high authority website. It will take me a few years to reach there. But guess what? None of their videos are popping up on Google for those keywords which I'm targeting. So I don't want to be in the red ocean. I want to be in the blue ocean where there is not a bloodbath, and I'm there on my own, cleaning up quietly. Google recommending broad match instead of phrase for smart bidding. Mike, this is something which you need to test. I would test it. We are getting more and more better results using broad match as well. So don't dismiss it. That's what I'm going to say. Because, yes, going back 2-3 years, I would have said stay away from broad. But not anymore. The algo and the AI is getting better and better. So don't dismiss that. Try it and see what happens. Just set them up in a different campaign with its own budget, so it doesn't affect your current one, and broad is going to eat up the budget anyway. So it won't interfere with your current one, and see what happens. And then again, as I said earlier on, be very aggressive with search terms which are not relevant to your product or service. Throw them into the negative list. Okay. Hi, Shoaib. Do you know about programmatic advertising and DV360? How can I learn? There are no resources. No, there are very few resources, and we don't get involved with programmatic or DV360. So I'm sorry, I'm not much of an expert on those products. Hi, Madge. Hope you are keeping well. Hi, Jomar. How can I improve my quality score? So quality score is based on 3 things. Your expected click-through rate, so improve that. The ad relevancy, as I said earlier on, the ad keyword must be on the ad. So that will improve the relevancy. And then the third is the landing page experience. Very few people pay any, if at all, any attention to the landing page experience, because whenever something needs to be blamed, it's got to be blamed on Google. Or the ads don't work, or I'm getting clicks, Google is eating up my budget and not giving me conversions. Well, if your landing page sucks, you don't have a good product, your pricing is way out, whether it's too high or too low doesn't really you got to make sure that everything is in working shape on your landing page. So if it's too expensive, people won't buy, and if it's too cheap, people may not buy, thinking, oh, it's too good to be true. So make sure that you have got your pricing right. Look at your competitors. Don't just go for the cheap option. Be competitive, but add value. That's what we want to do. And the biggest way and the quickest way to add value and trust is the use of videos. I keep on going on about video ads and video marketing, is because it works. And this is why we keep doing this all the time. All right. You're most welcome, Mike. Hope it helped. Brilliant. So I think there aren't any more questions. I'll just go through one last time. No, there aren't any. Brilliant. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'll be back on Friday, 3 o'clock UK time. So till then, stay safe, have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Bye for now.